Good evening. Beautiful, isn't it? I got the live John Pennekamp underwater cam up right now. This is in the northern part of the Florida Keys. For you South Florida folks, you probably already know this. And for you folks that don't live in South Florida, wonderful place. If you ever visit Florida, South Florida in particular, make sure you take the time to take the drive down to the Florida Keys. I think Key West is probably about 4 hours, 3.5, 4 hours from Miami. And John Pennekamp, if you're not afraid of the water and you don't mind snorkeling, you can actually go out and see this kind of stuff in person in John Pennekamp Park. And sometimes folks, the internet is wonderful. Live cams are wonderful, but there's no substitute for the real thing, and you only live once. Again, if you're visiting Florida, I highly recommend you get out and if you live in South Florida and you've never taken the time to go down to John Pennekamp, go out and do one of their scuba tours, and or their snorkeling tours, or if you're not a big swimmer, you can go out and do their glass bottom boats, which are just beautiful. But if you live in South Florida and you haven't taken the time to go visit the Florida Keys, and all of Florida is beautiful. But this is not a Florida advertisement for tourism or anything like that. I'm just kind of bragging about my state here and how much I love this area, particularly the ocean. Let's take a look at the quote for the day, which is, "The desire of gold is not for gold, it is for the means of freedom and benefit." Ralph Waldo Emerson. I have not fact-checked this, but it sounds like something Ralph would say. And that's absolutely true, folks. The reason that let me move into the next meme, and it makes it much easier. The next quote here makes it much easier to explain. Investing is for wealth preservation, not wealth creation. So first you have to make wealth, and then you have to invest wisely to hold it, to keep it. There's an old saying, I don't know who said it, and I don't know how old it is either, but it goes that you spend the first 40 years of your life making money, and you spend the second 40 years of your life trying to keep it. Now, whether the quote really is 40 years or 50 years or 20 years, I don't know, but it makes a lot of sense to me. Investing is for wealth preservation. It's not really about wealth creation. So first you have to make the wealth, and that's usually done through your endeavors in life, through your labor, through your business, through your the products, the services that you offer, no matter what it is. And that's what creates wealth. Ourselves, we do. We create wealth by our actions and by, again, the products that we sell and the services that we offer and the things that we do for others that they find value in. So first you have to make it, and then it's really all about keeping it. Young people may not understand that necessarily. I don't think I did in my 20s and my 30s. I don't think I understood about wealth preservation. I was spending the whole time just wondering how to make wealth. But regardless of how old you are going to understand that it really is about wealth preservation. And first you have to make it. And what does that have to do with my first quote, which is, "The desire of gold is not for gold, it's for the mean and freedom and benefit of gold." And why gold? Why didn't Ralph Waldo Emerson just say the U.S. dollar? Or why didn't Ralph Emerson Waldo say, well, there was no crypto at the time. But, because gold, even in Emerson's time and even today, has longevity. It's been around for 5,000 years. It has a track record, a proven track record. So there's no doubt that Ralphie boy could have said the desire for the U.S. dollar is not for the U.S. dollar. It is for the means of freedom and benefit. But even Ralph at the time had understood that the U.S. dollar was really just a promissory note to pay. The U.S. dollar was backed by gold, so maybe I'm a little bit wrong on that, because at the time Ralph could trade in his $20 U.S. Gold note for a $20 U.S. St. Gaudens or a Liberty. So I believe in his time. I don't know exactly, but if he was in the 20s and 30s, oh my gosh, I should know more. But not a person that I read a lot about or read a lot of his books, but poems and things and books and whatever. Oh my gosh, I'm showing my ignorance about Mr. Emerson right now. But no less, the desire of gold is not for gold, it's for the means of freedom and benefit. And that really means that it's wealth. It's wealth preservation and security, folks. It's not a fiat currency that you have to worry about losing its value consistently over and over. It's not the risk of putting it into a stock market or the crypto markets. There's one thing that you can say for sure about gold and silver is that it has longevity. It has a track record, a proven track record for 5,000 years of holding its own, regardless of the financial or economic or the political times. Gold holds its own. It always has. It's outlived corporations. It's outlived every empire. It's outlived all the fiat currencies for sure, and it's going to continue to do that. So really, what does that mean right here? It means that it's a freedom of freedom and benefit. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to wake up holding a bag of shit one day after you've worked 40 and 50 years of your life, and you wake up one morning and your 401k is gone. Now, am I saying that's going to happen? No, but it's a possibility, okay? And follow through with me here. Your 401k could be gone. Your pension could be gone. Your Social Security could be gone any given day. The money in your bank account could be gone. The money that you have in your personal stocks could be gone. I mean, you know, your stocks and your bonds. It's all possible. Treasuries, sure, why not? Treasuries could go to shit as well. Because they don't have the track record, and it's more than likely it's all based on a fiat paper system done by central planners that actually, all right, it's not, and I talked about that last night about a free marketplace, and that when the world is driven by free market supply and demand, that we're much better off than when it's centrally driven by central authorities, central government, central economic authorities, whether it's the central banks, the treasury, the government. Not good. You know, when the Fed is in full control, when the Federal Reserve is in full control of your financial ability to live or die, that's fucked, folks. Excuse me, I'm just going to say it. That's screwed. You know, and that is the reason that you don't want to be stuck in paper assets. You don't want to be stuck in the Wall Street circus. You don't want to be stuck in fiats, especially when you're in the point where you've already made the money and it's all about wealth preservation and spending the rest of your time with freedom and benefit of having money to live out the rest of your years and not dying in some shoddy ass ramshackled apartment by, you know, really. That's what I'm talking about, is wealth preservation. That's why you own gold and silver. You don't own it to double up, triple up. Will that happen? Could it happen? More than likely, but that's not why you own gold and silver. You own gold and silver and platinum as wealth preservation, as a way to keep that, as a way that you know that no one's going to steal it from you if you have it in your own possession in a good, safe place. It's not going to go bankrupt overnight. It's outlived empires, as I said, corporations. It's outlived fiat currencies. So wealth preservation. I can't say it enough times here. Let's get into the again, investing is wealth preservation, folks. I've said this I don't know how many thousands of times in my videos. Well, I can't say it thousands of times. I've only done 3 years of these, 5 days a week for how long? So not quite in the thousands yet, but I'm sure I'm in almost to 1,000 videos now. So then this has been the primary theme of our videos when you're buying gold and silver and platinum. You know, if someone came in to me saying, Brian, I'm selling my house, I'm selling everything, I'm buying gold and silver and platinum, I'm selling my investments, my 401k, you name it, I wouldn't take their money. I don't care how much it is. I wouldn't take it. I would try to talk them out of this. Diversification is good. However, you know, I'm not one of those guys that is trying to get you to dump your entire life savings or all your investment money into gold and silver and platinum just because, you know. I am in the business of doing this, and I do sell gold and silver, and I do this for, you know, I do these videos to promote my business, to sell gold and silver and platinum. But I feel that what I'm selling is a great product with a great track record. I'm selling it for a really good price, and I don't feel bad about that. I feel that it's a good thing to own. Again, it's all about wealth preservation. So if I can help someone, you know, have their money put into something that when when and if, and not even if, but when the shit hits the fan, and it's going to hit the fan. If you live long enough, it always hits the fan at least once or twice in your life, maybe 3 times if you're not lucky. But when and if shit hits the fan, you'll be happy you own gold, silver, and platinum. You won't be happy about that 401k, more than likely. You won't be happy about the Social Security. You won't be happy, but you'll be happy that you bought gold and silver and platinum. And again, does this mean that I think you should invest all your money in gold? Absolutely freaking not. I would be very leery of anyone that says, hey man, in my opinion, maybe when you're bullish, unless you're in times when things are just falling apart and currency's falling apart. If I was in Nigeria, I would have sold. I would get rid of all my Nigerian dollars, all my Nigerian corporate-owned stocks, whatever those might have been or are, and bought gold. I mean, in that given super hyperinflationary environment, sure. But I don't think we're going to be headed there with the United States here in a super inflationary, hyperinflationary. I think we're just on a slow ride to hell, a slow ride downward, not that 45-degree peel your eyeballs back track downward. I just think we're in a slightly accelerated version of the downward spiral of the dollar, its buying power that we've been in a long time. But man, I'm kind of going off the handle here a little bit. What does that have to do with the price of gold and silver? Right now, folks, because of the criminal Crimex markets, and I really sincerely believe, in my opinion, that these markets with silver and gold have nothing to do with the current inflation rate, have nothing to do with anything. The price discovery and the prices that you're looking at right now with gold, silver, and platinum are completely manipulated and to the downside. What does this mean to me? I could look at it as a negative. Oh yeah, the world sucks. The whole world is manipulated. Elections are manipulated. Gold markets are manipulated. Stock markets are manipulated. The media is manipulated. Politics are manipulated. We're manipulated. But of course the game is rigged. But if you don't play, you can't win. And what does this really mean for gold and silver and platinum as far as prices when they're driven down like this by these criminal markets? Or these criminal short positions that COMEX has allowed? It's a big frickin' sale, folks. And you know, the nice thing about a big frickin' sale is you're welcome to be included with that big sale. Take advantage of these low prices when they knock it down like this, especially a commodity like gold and silver that's been around for 5,000 years. You're never going to go broke owning it, that's for damn sure. And your upside is, wealth preservation. And let's get into prices right now. Wow, what a crazy day with prices, right? From where were we talking about? The low 1700s. Let's take a look at here. 1731 to 1750 right now. Well, not a big swing, $20 right there. But gold did get knocked down pretty good. And I always tell the silver guys, where gold goes, silver will follow, whether it's to the upside or the downside. So you silver guys do have to watch the price of the gold, or watch gold prices, because where gold goes, silver really does follow. And let's take a look at the chart. I mean, anyone that's looked at the 24-hour charts that I've been showing for the last year knows this. Silver, take a look at that extreme, 1882 to 1913, where it is right now, and a high of 1916. That's not even extreme, actually. What we did is we broke through the psychological levels that I've been talking about quite some time. Psychological levels in silver are usually in dollar increments and $5 increments. Psychological level in silver right now is 19 to 18. They broke that yesterday. We're above that 19 level. And same thing with $20 silver. And in the medium term, psychological numbers, $5 is the mark. We run it up $5. They run it up $5. They run it down $5. And remember, these criminal Crimex markets, where the prices of gold, silver, and platinum are derived from, the discovery is done in the COMEX markets, the CME Group markets. In my opinion, the people's opinion that are way smarter than me, we all, everyone knows that these markets are manipulated by the large commercial short positions, and the COMEX allows it. So, if they're going to drive these prices down, like I said, it is, the stuff is on sale, folks. It's, where is it? Oh, there's my next thing I was going to show you. Oh, God, there's all kinds of cool stuff here. Gold and silver, platinum, proven track record. I was going to show you that when I was talking about this. And let me move into what really, gold, silver, and platinum, why I don't worry about it. And the character right here, I used to read this magazine as a kid growing up. So did my father. What Me Worry by Alfred E. Newman, which is absolutely true. Why I get a little pissy when I see these manipulative monkey hammerings going on where they drive the price of gold and silver and platinum down in these criminal markets. I get a little pissy and I get upset about it a little bit, but it's not so much I get upset because I think gold and silver and platinum are going to zero, they're going to be worthless. And that's actually quite the opposite. I know at some point they're going to just explode to the upside. But I don't worry about the price of gold and silver and platinum for one simple reason. It's this chart that I've shown you 100 frickin' times. This is the reason I don't worry about the price of gold and silver. This gold and silver has a proven track record. Why? It's this, folks. And I'm going to tell you something right here. Other than this little anomaly that you see going on right here, the dollar's buying power is never really gone up. Take a look at that, and especially after we eliminated the gold. We got off the gold standard. We stopped backing our dollar by the gold standard. It has been downward. Take a look, ever since. Now, if you own gold, silver, and platinum, all right, I'm going to tell you the time that you really need to worry, and the time that you need to sell all your gold and silver and platinum is when you see the consumer price index for all consumers, purchasing power of the consumer dollar, and the U.S. city average. When you see this line start to watch my little pointer right here, start to go up like this. Sell your gold and silver and platinum, folks, because that means the dollar actually is worth something and buys something real and buys more and more. But that's not what we have here, and this is why you own gold and silver and platinum, because of this line right here that continues to go down. Gold, silver, and platinum, at the very least, even though we haven't seen double ups and triple ups, has at least held its value. A 1 ounce gold coin today, which is around close to $1,800, $1,900, just say $2,000 for shits and giggles right here. We'll still buy a man's suit. A $20 gold piece, when our currency used to be backed by gold back in the 20s and 30s right here, would still buy a man's suit. A $20 gold, a $20 bill backed by gold. But again, we're not on the gold standard. We're in the fiat currency system. And this line will never go up, folks. You will never buy more with your U.S. dollar. Purchasing power of the consumer dollar in the U.S. average city will never go up again. From this point on, it's a losing situation. And if you put your money under a mat, if you put $100 or $2,000 worth of cash under a mattress, and you put $2,000 worth of gold under a mattress, 1 year from now, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 100, whatever, 100, I doubt it's going to last that long. That gold that you stuck under your mattress will still keep up with the purchasing power and buying you stuff. The dollar will not. All right, I'm getting out of there. I'm going to get into what the best deals are. That is one thing Mr. Kuzmark, Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals, and Concierge Bullion Services does very well is, man, I know this business. I know the best deals out there, and I'll give you the best deal whenever I can, and I'll tell you what to look for. And let's get into that. Let's talk about what the best deals are. In silver bars, the best deal, in silver in general, the best deals are 100-ounce silver bars, 1,000-ounce bars if you're very wealthy and you have a lot of money and you're going to spend a lot of money in silver. I would advise you to, here, I'm going to close that right there. Sorry about that. I would advise you to buy 1,000-ounce bars if you were in that millionaire status and you're buying tons of silver. If you're not quite in that millionaire status, I'd advise you to buy 100-ounce bars at spot plus, $2.90 or less. That is the best deal out there for generic bars. And kilos, again, at spot plus 3, you can't beat that. When it comes down to 10-ounce bars, spot plus, what are 10s now? Spot plus 375, spot plus 4, right in that range. In limited quantities out there. So those are the best deals. What is not the best deal out there? Silver Eagles are not the best deal for sure. If you own Silver Eagles, folks, I highly recommend that you sell them right now and trade them in for kilo bars, and you trade them in for 100-ounce bars. You can not you can put more silver in your stack by doing that trade without a dime out of your pocket. I mean, think about that. You trade in a couple 100 ounces, you end up with another 30 or another 60 ounces of silver instead of premium. How do you beat that? Any of you folks that live in South Florida that have silver eagles, over 100 or 200 of them, you want to come into Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals and trade them out for more silver. And someone asked me, what am I doing with silver eagles? I got to tell you what I'm doing with silver eagles at 90%. I am telling my customers, all my retail customers, everyone that calls me, people that come in here to buy silver from me, do not buy silver eagles, do not buy 90%. That confounds some folks out there. They say, well, Brian, how can you say that? Where are you selling it? You know where I'm selling it to? I'm selling it to the dealers that are willing to pay that price, and whoever the F they're selling it to is fine with me. But I do not want to sell silver eagles or 90% to my good customers out there. It's overpriced. It's not worth buying. In fact, I'm recommending to all my customers out there, sell your silver eagles 90% and trade it to me if you live in South Florida. And if you don't live in South Florida and you have more than 2,500 ounces of silver, I'll make that trade happen. If you have more than 2,500 ounces in silver eagles and you want to trade it for kilos and 100-ounce bars, I'll make that happen. You will be much better off for doing that. Trust me on this. I'd rather own more silver than a high-price premium product. But again, I've talked about this many times, and that's still the case right now. Let's talk about gold. What's the best deals out there in gold right now? It's still gold bars, folks. Spot plus 74 bucks. You can't beat that. That's what we get them for here at Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in small quantities, and we can sell them for less in larger quantities as well. If you're buying more than 100 ounces of gold and you don't live in South Florida and you can't visit our store here, Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals, call us at Concierge Bullion Services, which is conciergebullion.com, and we can do wires and we can do those kind of deals with you. And we'll beat AppMax SD and JM Bullion, and we'll beat Mr. Sheckman as well, who I think is a wonderful guy. All those are wonderful people out there, but I'm a highly competitive guy, and I'm going to beat the prices out there, especially for larger deals. But wouldn't you? All right. And smaller deals if you live in South Florida. The only problem I have is I just can't do the smaller deals for you folks that don't live in my immediate area and can't visit our brick and mortar store. But if you live in South Florida, I'll beat the pants off AppMax SD and JM Bullion and the other guys too. All right, best deals again. Gold bars for sure. Spot plus 74 bucks or less. I think the gold maple leafs are around the $100 level, and Kruger ends are around the $90, $95 level. And what else? Eagles, I just still think at $1.50 over, even though they're like $10 cheaper than they were a week or two ago, are still a little bit overpriced. I'm all about price point. It's gold. Who cares who made it and what form it's in, as long as it's real gold. And a lot of people say to me, well, oh, Brian, gold eagles are better and 90% is better and silver eagles are better because, they're not counterfeited, which makes me go, whoa, 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 whoa. Bullshit. They are counterfeited just as much as gold bars are, all right? So anyone that believes that buying silver eagles and gold eagles and, 90% is a little bit harder to counterfeit, but they do. Are better, and you should pay a higher premium because they can't be counterfeited. Bullshit. Also, when it comes to taxes, the only advantage to American products is sales tax in some states. When it comes to capital gains, it don't matter if it's gold eagles, silver eagles, or gold bars. You need to pay capital gains on it. Anyone that told you that you don't have to pay capital gains on American gold and silver products is full of shit and told you some really bad information. All right, so that's the best deals out there, folks. Let's take a look at yesterday's video, which is the greatest economic collapse of all time, is well underway. It's been underway for quite some time. I think it's been underway since the Fed took over in 1913 in a slow, very slow motion form until Nixon took us off the gold standard and started to accelerate downwards. Remember, we turned it to a fiat currency long ago. Once we became fully fiat, that's the end of the Roman Empire, folks. That's when Rome started taking their silver and gold coins and putting more nickel, copper, and iron in them. So debasement is what it's called. The greatest economic collapse of all time is well underway. Tahir Haq, I hope I pronounced that right, because you really have some good points here. I can't really. You got to wrap your head around this guy's comments right here, folks. Here, pause it and make sure you go to yesterday's video to talk about this. I would have to agree with him 100%. Very heady stuff there. Man, I love my audience out there, especially in the comment section. You guys are pretty bright. You guys get it. Remember, people that understand that how gold and silver and platinum is manipulated, people that understand the historic reasons about gold and silver and why you want to have it as wealth preservation, people that understand what's happening economically and politically, you folks that watch my videos, because obviously that's what I believe, and I think a lot of you believe as well. We're a small percentage of folks out there, but we're growing. I mean, we're probably now about at the 8 to 10% level, and I made that shit up. But we're getting up there, man. Our group is swelling. Our people that understand gold and silver and the value of it, and understand the economic system better than what they're told on by CNN, Bloomberg, or Fox, or whatever. It's growing. The amount of people that are waking up to precious metals, waking up to fiat currencies, waking up to the nonsense in the political and economic world and how the media lies to us. We're growing, folks. We're a growing group, and as long as we don't go out there and spout a bunch of bullshit, talk nonsense, or we're good. We're good. We're going to continue to grow. Timothy says, I used to think U.S. dollar strong and good for purchasing too. Thanks to good people like you is waking. Thanks, Timothy. I appreciate that. Chris, every comment I read from you, I like you more and more. Chris is a hell of a guy. One of the, again, love all you commenters out there. And I love to watch you guys converse with each other more and more. You can use my videos as a forum to kind of discuss things amongst yourself. I encourage it. Love to read your comments as well. Chris is absolutely correct here. Read this too. And stacking slowly. See if there's any questions there I can answer. I may go back to Chris. No, Chris just talks about why you want to own gold and silver and what he's done all his years. And you were around when President Kennedy was killed. So you were just a tad older than me. I'm going to say a tad, but you look far more handsome than me, sir, based on that picture. Jeff Keller, stacking slowly over time is building up, which I had started years ago, but I'm on it now. Keep stacking, Jeff. Again, wealth preservation. Don't worry about getting rich off gold and silver and platinum. If it happens, it happens. But, look at it as a form of wealth preservation. You're never going to wake up and hear it went bankrupt, ever. Jason, what's going on? The digital wheelbarrows. Oregon asked me, why would LCSs and online bullion deals want to buy silver eagles back off you if the premium is ridiculous? I don't know about the rest of them. And again, the reason that gold and silver, silver eagles and 90% are way high right now is because there's obviously someone bidding it up way high right now. Is it that billionaire that bought the silver eagles and all the U.S. products because they only wanted U.S. products and they were willing to pay a ridiculous premium? Perhaps. Are they back at it? Perhaps. I don't know. Don't question it. Take advantage of the ridiculously high premium on 90% and silver eagles and trade them for other forms of silver that are less expensive and put more silver in your pocket. That's my opinion, and I bet you know what? I am 100% sure I'm right on this. So you make that trade, you'll be good. Yep, Mark D says it exactly right. I kind of agree with that. Michael, what's going on? Ascending Being says the overnight markets are daytime markets on the other side of the globe. True. But the silver markets are not really, the silver market and silver prices are primarily made in the COMEX and the Globex markets, not in the world markets. The LBMA, London Bullion Market, it does not, they're mostly gold, okay? So if they're going to do a lot, gold is there. But silver markets are monkey hammered in the CRIMEX and the 24-hour Globex, 23-hour Globex markets, and completely manipulated. The overnight markets for silver, it's not a bunch of guys in Hong Kong or Taiwan or London selling silver, a bunch of retail or a bunch of silver bars hitting the market. No, it's shorting in the COMEX markets that's causing the silver price to stay down on where it's been for decades. And it's the gold markets are being monkey hammered in the COMEX and the Globex markets as well as of late. Thanks for commenting. Appreciate your comments there. Keep watching. Gold is money. Everything else is credit. Absolutely. Richard Lahman, thanks for commenting. I can't argue with that. Music failed in the 80s. I think you're right. Music sucked in the 80s. I don't know. Maybe some of you didn't think so. There was a few good stuff. There's some good stuff in the 80s, but not a lot. Robert Doug says we're having a great reset. You will nothing be happy. And Robert, hence my constant talking about gold and silver and platinum as wealth preservation with a 5,000-year track record. You're not going to wake up and hear it went broke or went bankrupt. This is why I think we need to own gold. And Robert, appreciate that. And again, most of you folks out there, feel free to comment in the comment section. A lot of you are like-minded out there, and there's a good conversation going on. In the world of standard, hey, what's up, Linda? Helen says, in the world of Western world is reduced by 60. Yeah, can't argue with that. Let me kind of move down here. Benoit says central control market is a mathematical fact. Yep, absolutely true. Gosh, damn, you guys are freaking smart. If any of you want to comment to Benoit's comment right here in yesterday's video, I recommend it. And he's absolutely true. Supply and demand, what a fucking joke. The invisible hand of the market has been doing a middle finger for over 90 years. True, true, true. Christina, what's up? I think you're correct there. Gary Big, stay safe yourself. Joe Rock, keep picking up that silver and 1,000 silver. I wish they'd bash down inflation like they bashed down gold and silver. Well, if we had smart politicians and smart economic leaders, that would be true, and not a fiat system. But we don't, so we're doomed to fail at this point. I don't mean to sound so pessimistic, but Rainbird says if a billionaire has elected to buy silver in the constitutional coins, perhaps there's a reason we aren't aware of. Wouldn't pretend to second guess I second guess billionaires, millionaires, thousandaires, hundredaires all the time, Rainbird. Just because someone has $1 billion doesn't make them a genius in everything. It makes them a genius in whatever it fucking took to make that $1 billion. But does that make them a genius in everything? Absolutely not. Except for sometimes it seems like Musk is a genius in everything, but not really. Think about it. His tunnel that he was talking about, we've been drilling tunnels for years. So, electric cars, we've been talking about, he just made it happen. These people aren't geniuses, man. They really aren't. Musk just has the ability to take these things and make it happen. And if a billionaire wanted to buy silver eagles and constitutional silver and pay way too much, is there a reason we are unaware of? No, there's no good reason why you would buy silver eagles and constitutional coinage at a extremely high a premium when you can get other real silver for far less and less of a premium. There's no good reason for it. If you're a billionaire and you're insisting on buying silver eagles and constitutional coinage, I'm not afraid to say it. I'm sure this billionaire is never going to buy from me. Absolutely sure that's not going to happen, because I would tell them right to their face, you're making a big freaking mistake buying eagles and constitutional coins with these huge premiums. We could put 1,000-ounce bars in your portfolio for a lot cheaper, and they're just as desirable for what you need. All right, I'm not going to kind of beat that dead horse right here. Liquid Electrum, you're right. Empires, all empires, and good deal. Silver Liner, Roger. How can all these silver dealers have different spot prices? No. One of the things that confounds me a little bit is that APMEX, APMEX, SD, and JM Bullion, their spot silver prices are 20 cents higher, 15 to 20 cents higher than the real world prices. I've never been able to figure out exactly, other than to kind of think that maybe it's a hedge for themselves, because 20-cent hedge, that's pretty good when you're selling 100 ounces of silver. That's $20. 1,000, that's 200. 10,000, that's 2,000. I mean, it adds up. All right. So that's, I think, why that they overdo their spot prices. But there's one thing I can tell you is we don't. Here at Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals, and I'm plugging myself, and Concierge Bullion Services, we use the real bid and ask prices on the silver. We don't overinflate them in any way, shape, or form. Soothsayer, You're absolutely correct. The dollar isn't strong. It's just falling in value slower than the fiat basket of currencies compared with. And really, if you want to look at that simply, it's U.S. dollar is the last horse to the glue factory, and that makes it a winner. Yeah, you can figure it out for yourself if you're not familiar with that saying. Joey, what's up? Tree climber Storm and Norman. Absolutely true. Tree climber Trump, yes. Daryl Perez says just trying to get more gold. Absolutely. Welcome services. Oh my gosh, that's it, folks. The evening report is 7:33. It's really late. I got it done late tonight. I apologize. But I got to tell you, I did this video before I ate dinner, and I'm hungry as hell. So I'm going to go eat right now. And as I always say, think for yourself, question authority, and most of all, question what you think is the truth. Where did you get your truth from? Where did you get your opinion and your narrative from? Was it your parents? Was it from school? Was it from Fox, CNN, or the government? Perhaps you should question that and take a look and see if the facts match up. That's the beautiful thing about the internet, is you can do that. Hey, thanks again for watching. This is Brian Kuzma with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals and Concierge Bullion Services. If you're buying more than 100 ounces of gold and 2,500 ounces of silver and you don't live in South Florida, call us at Concierge Bullion Services. We do bank wires, and we can fulfill your orders at cheaper than any of the online guys out there and the other big guys. If you live in South Florida, our brick and mortar is Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. You can call us anytime or come in anytime between 10 and 4 Mondays through Fridays. We're happy to help you out with whatever you need. And again, we'll beat the local guys. We'll beat AtMax. We'll beat SD. We'll beat JM Bullion as well. And again, if you're looking for big deals and want to spend a lot of money, millions of dollars, I'm your man. I'm your Huckleberry. Hey, have a great evening. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night now.